Moving on to some Tectone updates. Now, recap, he recently lost his civil case against his
so what did Tectone say this time?
ex for essay and stalking. Since then, he responded claiming it was biased and is based on vibes and not...
Yeah, no, I definitely want more conjecture on that, because that shit was crazy coming off the last daily slops. I'm like, yo, brother, your civil case was basically like a vibe check? What? I'm like, brother, again, protective order, 10 years, camp guns, the reasonable charge on the court docs. We see reasonable grounds, or not reasonable charges, reasonable grounds, my bad, let's not spread misinformation. Reasonable grounds for essay and stalking? Brother, a vibe check? What the fuck?
Evidence.
A civil case isn't determined by proof, it's determined by vibes.
So now he's claiming that he didn't do anything. Tectone claims he didn't do anything, talks about an 8-month police investigation.
Say this one time, and I'm gonna move on. Guys, there was already an 8-month police investigation on me. They found nothing. The case was suspended. I have no criminal charges. I was not convicted of any crime because...
Sure, Tech, yeah, I understand that, right? But again, we're seeing from the one court doc that, again, they found reasonable grounds for essay and stalking, which is indeed why you got this protective order, which is why you can't have guns for 10 years, you know what I'm saying? And then there's also the factor of, like, what was it again? I literally just said this shit. What was the other shit? Well, we already know, like, he had to delete all the stuff with the protective order. Protective order is the upgraded restraining order thing. We already know that. So, like, can't make contact and all that shit. But what was the other thing? You have guns and, like, you know, it's like, that's for 10 years. Fuck, I can't think of the other John, bro. Shit, it's skipping my mind right now. But again, we know there's a more of a further extent to this. So we can't just be like, yeah, this John is just based on vibes or all this type of jazz. Like, nah, we're way past this shit just being a vibe check. Like, clearly the vibes were not good. Or else, brother, I don't think you would have gotten a fucking suit.
Right. I didn't fucking do anything. So no, I'm not going to jail. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
Well, brother, see, that's the thing. Like, just because you didn't go to jail doesn't mean you didn't do anything. This is the whole thing. Like, obviously, we talk about it. You did not have any criminal charges because they didn't have definitive, like, Johns to say, like, oh, yeah, he definitely did this, bro. He definitely did that shit. All the type of John on some denim shit. He did that shit. Like, yeah, nah, they didn't have any means of Johns like that. But obviously, this, again, goes back to what I was saying. If you didn't do anything at all, like how you're saying right now, then what is this protective order? What is the guns being taken away? What is that? What is the means of that happening? What is with you losing the suit? What is with that? Like, what's up?
We're not going to jail. We're not going to jail. I'm not in jail. I'm not a fucking criminal because I didn't fucking do anything. They let you stream from jail?
Right, okay, so apparently there was like an 8-month police investigation, and from what I understand, I think it got like suspended. So basically, so far they found nothing, and there's no criminal charges, as we have established as well. So anyways, people responded here. I think Tech should let this go at this point. Verdict has been given, and he just got to move on with life, except he's trying to appeal the verdict. Imagine being a...
Yeah, and I agree. Like, you need to just let it go. I ain't go, because again, like, and now with his response with this fucking like saying it's a vibe check, and now we're seeing again, like he's saying like, oh yeah, I'm not going to jail and getting criminal charges. Well, like, yeah, brother, we acknowledge this, but again, what's going on with the civil case? We know the reason that it's a civil case is because of the factor of burden of proof. Yes, we understand that, but again, if the courts are saying there are reasonable grounds, like, yes, that's not definitive. Again, he did that shit, but it's looking very, very bad on merits, which those merits resulted in this protective order, which I don't know about y'all, but I would say it's a bad thing, right? So it's like, yeah, these are the Jones that absolutely have to be addressed, and saying like it's a vibe check, yeah, that's absolutely not addressing it, brother.
From an adult bragging about the court case he just lost because it wasn't criminal. Most civil courts are essentially kangaroo courts where you're guilty before proven innocent. Just because he lost civilly doesn't mean anything. Bro got the same treatment one of my friends got after a messy breakup in his fight.
Let me read that shit.
Proven innocent. Just because he lost civilly doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, just because he lost civilly doesn't mean anything. You only have to prove 57, my dumbass, 51% civilly to win, which is dumb anyways. The girl only needs a shred of credibility to win. It's sickening. Again, like, we don't have all the nuance and all the context to this, John. But again, if we're going on the factor that in the civil case that he lost, they're founding they found reasonable grounds for specific, like, you know what I'm saying, offenses, I guess we'll say. That be, and again, Tectone lost this, John, and it means if he got like repercussions for this, like, you would think they had to see at least some type of John to find reasonable grounds.
Bro got the same treatment one of my friends got after a messy breakup and a spiteful, angry ex-wife. OJ was only held liable. Okay, people need to stop bringing up OJ Simpson, bruh. That is diabolical. They let you stream from jail, Lamau. This whole thing has shown me that apparently every regard online has a law degree because they watch Saul Goodman. It's actually Better Call Saul. And that
I could agree on a factor like where, yeah, like everyone pretends to be a lawyer and all that type of jazz. But even still to that, like what we can obviously see, like from just base level information, like, yeah, this still does not look good on the factor of Tectone. And then even on top of that, within this response, like, gang, I'm sorry, but we can't just take, yeah, bro, a civil court is based on, or like a civil case, not court. Well, it is court, but like, yeah, civil case is basically based on vibes. Brother, I can't take that as a fucking response, brother. You can't own guns for a decade. What the fuck? You're like, yo, I'm sorry, gang. Again, and like, yo, it's not even a factor. Like, yo, it's crazy. Like, I hate techie or whatever. Like, but again, you gotta cover these jaws, bro. What's going on? And this, like, again, way of addressing it is just not, it's not good. Straight up with y'all.